Welcome, dear listener, to this audiobook. Today, we begin a journey into one of the most underestimated, yet most powerful forces of success. A force so simple, so ordinary, that most people ignore it. And yet, it is the foundation of greatness. That force is consistency. Pause for a second and reflect. Every extraordinary achievement you see around you, every inspiring personality you admire, every empire that was ever built, every record ever broken, every invention that changed the world, all of it, without exception, stands on the shoulders of consistency. It's not talent alone, because talent without practice fades away. It's not luck, because luck without persistence disappears. It's not intelligence, because intelligence without discipline is wasted. The real secret, the invisible ingredient, the magic formula, is consistency. Now let me ask you, how many times have you started something new, full of energy, full of excitement, full of motivation, only to stop after a few days? Maybe you promised yourself that you would exercise daily. The first day was easy. The second day felt good. By the third day, you were tired. On the fourth day, you skipped. By the fifth day, your new routine was forgotten. Does this sound familiar? Of course it does, because this is human nature. We are driven by emotions. We start strong, but we rarely finish strong. Motivation makes us begin, but it cannot make us stay. That is why so many dreams are abandoned halfway. That is why so many goals are left unfinished. That is why people live their entire lives wishing instead of living. Consistency, however, is different. Consistency doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care whether it's Monday or Sunday. It doesn't care if you are tired, sad, happy, or lazy. Consistency is action. Repeat it again and again until it becomes a part of who you are. Let me give you an example. Imagine a drop of water falling on a rock. One drop does nothing. Two drops do nothing. 10 drops leave no mark. But 1,000 drops, 1,000,000 drops, falling again and again in the same spot will carve a hole into the hardest stone. That is the power of consistency. Small, ordinary actions, multiplied by time, create extraordinary results. Now imagine your life. Imagine if you read for 30 minutes every single day. Imagine if you exercised for just 20 minutes every single day. Imagine if you saved just a small amount of money every single day. After 1 week, you wouldn't see much difference. After 1 month, you'd see small changes. After 1 year, you'd see transformation. After 10 years, you would be unrecognizable. The truth is simple. Consistency is boring in the short term, but magical in the long term. It is invisible today, but undeniable tomorrow. It is painful now, but powerful later. Consistency is like a silent friend, always standing behind you, pushing you forward, even when you don't notice it. At first, it feels invisible. At first, it feels small, but slowly, quietly, it becomes your greatest strength. Think about this. When a child learns to walk, does he succeed in one day? Of course not. He falls once, twice, 10 times, maybe 50 times. He stumbles, he cries, he gets hurt, but he tries again and again and again. And one day, without even realizing, he is running. That child is not stronger than you. That child does not have more talent than you. What that child has is pure consistency. So why is it that as adults we forget this lesson? We want instant results. We want quick success. We want shortcuts. We say, I will try for 1 week. If it works, I'll continue. But greatness doesn't appear in a week. Success doesn't knock in a month. The fruits of consistency grow slowly, like a tree. First comes the seed, then the roots, then the tiny stem, and only after years does it bear fruit. But people give up in the middle. They dig up the soil after 1 month to see if the roots are growing. They quit the gym after 3 weeks because the six-pack didn't show up. They stop reading because knowledge doesn't transform them in one night. And so, they remain stuck. Consistency is not about intensity, it is about frequency. Doing one big effort once is not the same as doing small efforts daily. Reading a book in one night won't change you. Reading for 20 minutes every night for a year will. Running 10 miles once won't make you fit. Running 1 mile every day for a year will. Writing 50 pages in one night won't make you a writer. Writing 1 page every day for a year will. The key is small, repeated action, day after day, step after step. Let's take an example from history. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, didn't succeed in his first attempt. He didn't succeed in his 100th attempt. In fact, he failed more than 1,000 times. Imagine that, 1,000 failures. Most people would have quit after 10, some would have quit after 50. But Edison kept going. Consistency kept him alive. And finally, the world was lit with electricity. Now imagine if Edison was motivated only in the beginning. Imagine if he said, "I don't feel like it today." We might still be living in darkness. But his consistency changed history. Another example, look at world-class athletes. Do you think they win Olympic gold because of one great training session? Number, they win because of thousands of hours repeated daily, boring, painful, exhausting, done with consistency. The gold medal is not won on the day of the competition. It is won in the years of consistent practice before it. And the same is true for you. Your gold medal may not be in sports. It may be in business. It may be in writing. It may be in music. It may be in your career or your health or your relationships. Whatever it is, the prize belongs to the one who stays consistent long enough. Consistency builds habits, and habits build identity. At first, you act because you want results. You say, "I want to get fit." So you go to the gym. You say, "I want to learn." So you pick up a book. But after weeks and months of consistency, something magical happens. The action becomes automatic. You no longer say, "I want to be fit." You begin to say, "I am a fit person." You no longer say, "I want to read." You begin to say, "I am a reader." You no longer say, "I want to write." You begin to say, "I am a writer." This is the secret. Consistency transforms what you do into who you are. And once identity changes, results follow naturally. Because when you identify as a fit person, skipping the gym feels unnatural. When you identify as a writer, not writing feels incomplete. When you identify as a learner, not reading feels uncomfortable. This is why consistency is more powerful than motivation. Motivation changes actions for a day. Consistency changes identity for a lifetime. So let me ask you, what kind of identity do you want to build? Do you want to be the person who tries and quits? Or do you want to be the person who stays consistent until the dream becomes reality? The choice, my friend, is yours. Let's go deeper. Why does consistency matter so much? Why is it that talent, intelligence, even passion cannot replace it? The answer lies in the science of habit formation. Our brain is like a muscle. Whatever we repeat grows stronger. Whatever we neglect becomes weaker. When you repeat an action daily, you create neural pathways in your brain. At first, those pathways are weak, like a pencil line drawn lightly on paper. But with repetition, that line becomes darker, deeper, permanent. Soon the action feels natural, automatic, effortless. This is why consistency is more powerful than occasional intensity. One big effort creates a spark, but daily effort creates a system. And systems are what change lives. Think about brushing your teeth. Do you wake up every morning feeling motivated to brush? Number, do you celebrate every time you brush? Number, you just do it. Why? Because consistency has turned it into a habit. Imagine if you treated exercise, reading, or learning with the same level of automatic consistency. Your life would transform. But here's the trap. In the beginning, consistency feels useless. The results are invisible. You work out for a week, your body looks the same. You read for a month, your mind feels the same. You save money for a year, your account looks small. And so people quit. They say it's not working. But consistency is like planting bamboo. For the first 5 years, you water it, you nurture it, and you see nothing. Not even a single leaf above the soil. But one day, suddenly, it shoots up, growing 90 feet in just 6 weeks. Was that growth magic? Number. The roots were growing underground all along. Consistency was at work. This is the law of compounding. Small actions, repeated daily, compound into massive results. But the compounding is invisible at first, visible only later. That is why consistency requires faith. Faith that your small effort today is not wasted. Faith that every page, every step, Every repetition is adding up. Let's take an example from the financial world. Imagine two people. Person A saves $5 a day, every day. Person B saves nothing, but once in a while saves $500 at random. At first, both seem equal. But over 10 years, Person A's small daily consistency builds wealth through compounding interest. Person B's random saving fails to create momentum. The consistent one wins. Always. And this is not just about money. The same law applies to fitness, to relationships, to learning, to success. Small, consistent effort beats irregular, big effort every single time. Now let's talk about resistance. Because let's be honest, consistency is not easy. Life will always throw obstacles. You will feel tired, you will feel lazy, you will feel distracted. The world will tempt you with comfort. Your mind will whisper excuses. Just skip today, it's okay. And that is the moment when champions are born. Not in the gym, not in the library, not in the office. Champions are born in that small moment when you choose consistency over comfort. Remember this, one missed day doesn't ruin you, but repeated missed days do. Missing once is a mistake. Missing twice is the beginning of a new habit, the habit of inconsistency. That's why you must protect your streak. Protect it like your life depends on it, because your future does. There is a beautiful story of a writer named Jerry Seinfeld. He wanted to improve his writing, but instead of saying, "I will write one masterpiece today," he said, "I will write something every single day." And every time he wrote, he marked an X on his calendar. Soon he had a chain of X's. His only rule was simple: don't break the chain. That small commitment, that consistent daily action, made him one of the most successful comedians in history. Consistency is not glamorous. It doesn't look exciting. It's boring. It's repetitive. It's ordinary. But that is exactly why it's powerful. Because while others quit in boredom, you keep going. While others wait for motivation, you build discipline. While others chase quick success, you build real success. Consistency is discipline in action. Consistency is patience in action. Consistency is faith in action. Motivation, the word itself feels powerful. It gives us energy. It excites us. It makes us believe that we can do anything. We watch a motivational video. We listen to a powerful speech. We read a quote, and suddenly our heart beats faster. We say, "Yes, from tomorrow my life will change. From tomorrow I will wake up early. From tomorrow I will study hard. From tomorrow I will exercise daily." But let me ask you, how long does that feeling last? 1 day? 2 days? Maybe a week? And then what happens? The fire burns out. The energy fades. The excitement disappears. And you are back to your old habits. This is the problem with motivation. It is temporary. It is emotional. It depends on mood, on circumstances, on energy. Motivation is like a cup of coffee. It wakes you up for a short while, but soon the effect is gone, and you need another cup. You keep chasing motivation again and again, but it never stays. Consistency, on the other hand, does not depend on emotions. It does not care whether you are inspired or not. It does not care whether you feel like working or not. Consistency is action without permission. Consistency is discipline in motion. Let me give you an example. Imagine two students preparing for exams. The first student studies only when he feels motivated. Some days he studies for hours, some days he studies nothing. The second student studies 1 hour daily without fail, whether he feels like it or not. Who will perform better? The answer is obvious: the consistent one. Because success is not built on random bursts of effort. Success is built on steady, daily discipline. Motivation is a feeling. Consistency is a habit. Feelings are fragile. Habits are unshakable. Here's another example. A man decides to get fit. On the first day he feels motivated, he runs 5 miles. The next day he is tired, so he skips. On the third day he is motivated again, so he runs 3 miles. On the fourth day he is lazy, so he skips. This continues. After a month he has some progress, but not much. Another man runs just 1 mile every single day, rain or shine, tired or fresh. After a month he has run 30 miles. After a year, 365 miles. The consistent one always wins. Motivation pushes you to start. Consistency keeps you going. Motivation is the spark. Consistency is the fire. Motivation is a promise. Consistency is proof. The truth is, you don't need to feel motivated every day. You don't need to wake up with fire in your heart every morning. What you need is to wake up and do the work, whether the fire is there or not. Discipline beats motivation every single time. Let's understand something important. Motivation is not bad. Motivation has its place. It's like the spark that starts a fire. Without that spark, the fire cannot begin. But if you only depend on that spark, your fire will die out quickly. To keep the fire alive, you need fuel. And in life, that fuel is consistency. Why does motivation fail? Because motivation is emotional. It comes when you feel inspired, and it disappears when you feel tired. It comes when life is easy, and it disappears when life is hard. Motivation is like the weather. It changes every day. Sometimes sunny, sometimes cloudy, sometimes stormy. You cannot build a strong life depending on something that changes so often. Consistency, on the other hand, is not emotional. Consistency is a decision, a commitment, a choice that says, no matter what happens, I will do it. Let's look at athletes again. Do you think Olympic champions feel motivated every day? Do you think they wake up every morning saying, yes, I am excited to train? Most days they don't feel like it. Most days their body hurts, their mind is tired, and they want to rest. But they train anyway. Why? Because their life is not built on motivation. It is built on consistency. Motivation is fragile. Consistency is strong. Here's another truth. Motivation makes you focus on results. Consistency makes you focus on process. When you are motivated, you say, I want to lose 10 kilos. You feel excited. You start dieting. You start exercising. But after 1 week, the scale shows no change. Motivation dies. You quit. But when you are consistent, you don't worry about 10 kilos. You say, I will walk every day. I will eat healthy every day. You focus on the process, and one day, without even noticing, the result arrives. Consistency wins because it is not obsessed with quick success. It is patient. There is a Japanese philosophy called Kaizen. It means continuous improvement, small steps, daily progress. Not giant leaps, not sudden change, but tiny actions done consistently. This philosophy has built some of the most successful companies in the world. Why? Because small actions, when done daily, never fail. Motivation asks for excitement. Consistency asks for patience. And this patience is where true growth happens. You may not see results in 1 week. You may not see results in 1 month. But if you stay consistent, you will see transformation in 1 year. And in 5 years, you will not even recognize yourself. So here's the golden rule. Don't chase motivation. Build consistency. If motivation comes, use it. If it doesn't, keep going anyway. Because consistency doesn't ask for permission. Consistency doesn't wait for feelings. Consistency just acts. Success. People think it comes from one big action, one lucky break, one giant step. But the truth is, success is nothing more than small actions, repeated every single day for years. Small daily habits are the seeds, and consistency is the water. Over time, these seeds grow into massive trees. Think about brushing your teeth. It takes 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. If you skip it for 1 day, nothing happens. If you skip for 2 days, still nothing. But if you skip for 1 year, your teeth will rot. The same rule applies to habits. One small action may not seem important today, but over years, it builds or it destroys your future. A habit is like compound interest. If you save 1 rupee every day, it looks small, it feels useless. But over time, with consistency, it becomes wealth. In the same way, 1 push-up, 1 page of reading, 1 honest effort may feel small today, but over years it becomes strength, it becomes knowledge, it becomes success. Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This is one of the most powerful truths of life. Your life is nothing but the sum of your daily habits. Let's look at an example. A writer who writes just 300 words every day, without fail, will write more than 1 lakh words in a year. That's 2 full books. A runner who runs just 1 kilometer daily will cover 365 kilometers in a year. A student who studies just 1 extra hour daily will add 365 hours of learning in a year. That is the power of small, daily habits. But here's the mistake most people make. They think habits have to be big. They think change has to be dramatic. They set giant goals like, from tomorrow I will study 8 hours daily, or from tomorrow I will run 10 kilometers daily. And after 3 days, they quit. Why? Because big changes are hard to sustain. Small habits are easy to repeat. The secret is not to do more. The secret is to do less, but do it every single day. There is a famous story called The Tortoise and the Hare. The rabbit runs fast, but he stops and rests. The tortoise walks slowly, but he keeps walking. And in the end, the tortoise wins. Life works exactly the same way. The small steps done daily beat the big leaps done rarely. Imagine if you improve just 1% every day. Just 1%. In 1 year, you will not be 365% better. You will be 37 times better. This is the mathematics of consistency. Small improvements multiply over time. Habits shape identity. If you read daily, you don't just gain knowledge, you become a reader. If you exercise daily, you don't just burn calories, you become an athlete. If you write daily, you don't just produce pages, you become a writer. Habits are not only about what you do, they are about who you become. The question is not, what do I want to achieve? The question is, what habits will take me there? Because goals give direction, but habits create reality. So ask yourself, what small action can I do every single day without fail? Start small, stay consistent, and watch how small daily habits transform into big lifetime results. Inspiration feels good. It gives you energy. It gives you excitement. It gives you dreams. But inspiration is like the wind. It comes and goes. One day you are full of it. The next day it disappears. Discipline, on the other hand, is the engine that keeps moving even when there is no wind. Discipline is what turns dreams into reality. Let's be honest. Everyone feels inspired sometimes. You watch a movie, you listen to a speech, you read a book, and suddenly you want to change your life. You say, from tomorrow, I will wake up early, I will exercise, I will work hard. And for 2 or 3 days, you do it. But then the feeling fades, the fire cools down, and you go back to your old self. This is the trap of inspiration. It excites you, but it does not sustain you. Discipline sustains you. Discipline is not about feelings. It is about commitment. It is about showing up when you don't feel like it. It is about doing the work when the mood is gone. That is why discipline always wins. Think of a soldier. Do you think soldiers wait for inspiration before they train? Number. They wake up at 4 a.m. They run, they drill, they prepare. Not because they feel inspired, but because discipline demands it. And this discipline is what makes them strong, prepared, and unshakable. Or think of a student. Inspiration may push him to study one night, but discipline pushes him to study every night. And in the end, it is not the inspired student who succeeds, it is the disciplined one. Inspiration is a spark. Discipline is the firewood. Without discipline, the spark dies. With discipline, the fire burns forever. Here's another truth. Discipline creates freedom. Most people think discipline is hard, discipline is strict, discipline means no fun. But in reality, discipline gives you power. When you are disciplined with money, you get financial freedom. When you are disciplined with health, you get physical freedom. When you are disciplined with time, you get freedom to live the life you want. Discipline is not a punishment, it is the highest form of self-respect. It says, I respect myself enough to keep my word. I respect myself enough to control my life, instead of letting my life control me. Remember this formula. Inspiration starts the journey. Discipline finishes it. A man who only depends on inspiration will stop when he feels tired. A man who builds discipline will continue, even when everything inside him says stop. And that is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. So ask yourself, do you want to live an inspired life or a disciplined life? Inspiration will make you dream. Discipline will make you achieve. Choose discipline, and the results will inspire the world. Repetition, the most underrated, the most ignored, yet the most powerful force behind mastery. People want quick results, they want shortcuts, they want instant success. But the truth is simple. Success is built on repetition. Doing the same thing again and again until it becomes part of your blood, part of your muscle, part of your identity. Think of a child learning to walk. He falls once, he falls twice, he falls 100 times, but he repeats and repeats and repeats. And one day he walks. Did he succeed because of talent? Number he succeeded because of repetition. Think of a musician. The first time he touches the guitar, the strings sound broken, the rhythm feels wrong, but he plays again and again and again. After months, after years, the same fingers create music. The only difference? Repetition. This is science. The brain is a muscle, and repetition trains it. When you repeat an action, your brain creates a pathway. The first time, the pathway is weak. The second time, it gets stronger. After 1,000 repetitions, the pathway becomes permanent. This is called neuroplasticity. Repetition rewires the brain. That is why habits feel automatic. You don't think when you tie your shoes. You don't think when you brush your teeth. You don't think when you drive a car. Why? Because repetition has programmed your brain. Success is the same. Repetition programs success into your system. There is a Japanese word, kaizen. It means continuous improvement through repetition. Do something small, repeat it daily, and over time, it creates mastery. This is why martial artists repeat the same kick thousands of times. This is why athletes repeat the same drills every single day. This is why great speakers repeat their speeches until every pause, every word, every gesture becomes natural. Repetition is not boring. Repetition is training. Champions understand this. Amateurs chase excitement. Professionals embrace repetition. But here's the danger. Repetition works both ways. If you repeat bad habits, you program failure. If you repeat excuses, you program weakness. If you repeat laziness, you program regret. The science of repetition does not care about good or bad. It only strengthens what you practice. That means you must be careful. Because every repeated action is writing your future. Every repeated thought is shaping your mindset. Every repeated decision is carving your destiny. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. This truth is eternal. So ask yourself, what are you repeating daily? Are you repeating learning, growth, effort, courage? Or are you repeating fear, delay, distraction, excuses? Remember this formula. Repetition builds habits. Habits build character. Character builds destiny. The man who masters repetition masters life. Excuses, the silent killers of dreams. They sound small, they sound harmless, but excuses destroy more goals than failure ever does. Failure teaches you something, but excuses stop you before you even start. We all know the language of excuses. I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have support, I'm too tired, I'll start tomorrow. These words feel comfortable, they feel safe, they make you believe that it's not your fault. But the truth is hard. Excuses are lies we tell ourselves to avoid responsibility. Look around. The most successful people in history faced bigger problems than us. Abraham Lincoln failed in business, lost elections, suffered depression, yet he never excused himself. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times, yet he never said, "It's too hard." Helen Keller was blind and deaf, yet she never said, "It's impossible." If anyone had the right to make excuses, it was them, but they chose action over excuses. And that is why their names are written in history. Excuses are chains. Every time you make one, you add another link to the chain. And the more you repeat them, the heavier the chain becomes until one day you are trapped. You can see your dreams, but you can't move towards them. You are stuck. So how do you break this chain? You break it with responsibility. You say, "Yes, I failed, but it's my failure, and I will fix it." Yes, I don't know everything, but I will learn. Yes, I'm tired, but I will still move forward. Responsibility breaks excuses because responsibility gives you power. Here's the secret. Excuses are easy in the short term, but deadly in the long term. Responsibility is hard in the short term, but powerful in the long term. The choice is yours. Think of your life like a battlefield. On one side stands excuses, on the other side stands action. Excuses will always whisper, stay here, stay safe, don't try, don't risk. Action will always shout, move, fight, grow, achieve. If you listen to excuses, you stay stuck forever. If you listen to action, you rise. And remember this, excuses don't stop time. Time keeps moving. While you are waiting, while you are delaying, while you are excusing, your future is being written. And one day you will look back and realize it wasn't bad luck. It wasn't destiny. It was your excuses that killed your dream. So from today, make a decision. No more excuses. If you fail, accept it. If it's hard, still do it. If it's scary, face it. Break the chain and walk free. Because success does not need excuses. Success needs courage, effort, and persistence. And the moment you kill your excuses, you set your success free. Success is not only about money, fame, or power. Real success is also about relationships and about building a career that lasts. And the truth is the same everywhere. Consistency is the key. Let's start with relationships. Whether it's family, friendship, or love, one rule never changes. Consistency builds trust. People don't care about grand promises. People care about small actions repeated daily. A single big gift cannot replace years of small acts of care. 1,000 sweet words mean nothing without consistent respect. Think about it. A child does not remember the expensive toys you bought once. He remembers that you were there every night to tell him a story, to listen, to smile. A partner does not remember only the big surprises. They remember the daily good mornings, the consistent support, the presence in tough times. Consistency creates stability, and stability creates trust. Without trust, relationships collapse. That's why inconsistency destroys bonds. Today you show love, tomorrow you disappear. Today you give respect, tomorrow you shout. Today you promise, tomorrow you break it. Inconsistency confuses people, and confusion kills connection. Now let's talk about career. In your career, talent may open the first door, but consistency keeps the door open. You can be smart, you can be skilled, but if you are not consistent, opportunities vanish. The market rewards reliability. Employers reward the ones who show up daily. Clients reward the ones who deliver every time. Think of your career like a ladder. Every day you show up, every day you learn, every day you work. You climb one step higher. Miss one day, the ladder waits. Miss a week, you slip down. Miss a month, and someone else climbs ahead of you. Consistency is what transforms average employees into leaders. It's what turns a small business into an empire. It's what turns a struggling artist into a legend. You don't need to be the fastest. You don't need to be the smartest. You just need to be consistent enough to outlast everyone else. But remember, consistency does not mean routine without growth. In relationships, consistency is about being present, about showing care, about repeating love. In career, consistency is about discipline, about showing up, about repeating improvement. It's not about being stuck, it's about moving steadily forward. Here's the formula. Consistency plus time equals trust in relationships. Consistency plus effort equals growth in career. Ask yourself, are you consistent with your loved ones or do you take them for granted? Ask yourself, are you consistent in your career or do you only work hard when you feel motivated? The answer to these questions will decide not just your success, but also your happiness. Because in the end, relationships are the foundation of peace, and career is the foundation of stability. And both require one thing above all, consistency, habits, the invisible architecture of our life. We don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our habits. And the truth is simple. Success is nothing more than a collection of consistent habits repeated every single day. Science tells us that habits are formed in the brain through something called the habit loop. It has three parts: cue, routine, and reward. Cue means trigger, routine means action, and reward means satisfaction. For example, you feel stressed. Cue, you smoke a cigarette. Routine, you feel relaxed. Reward. The brain remembers this loop, and the more you repeat it, the stronger the loop becomes. Now here's the good news. If a bad habit can be formed, a good habit can also be formed. If laziness can be trained, discipline can also be trained. The brain does not care what habit you choose. It only cares how often you repeat it. This is why consistency is so powerful. Every time you repeat a habit, your brain lays down a stronger path, like carving a road in a forest. In the beginning, the path is small, weak, hard to walk. But as you walk daily, the path becomes wider, clearer, stronger. Soon it becomes automatic. That is how habits are born. Let's break it down. Step 1. Start small. People fail because they try to change everything at once. Don't try to run 10 miles on the first day. Start with 10 minutes. Don't try to read 50 pages in one night. Start with 5. Success is not about the size of the step. It's about the consistency of stepping. Step 2. Attach the habit to an existing one. This is called habit stacking. For example, after brushing your teeth, you meditate for 2 minutes. After making your morning tea, you write down your goals. Your brain connects the new habit with an old one, and the loop becomes stronger. Step 3. Reward yourself. The brain loves rewards. After finishing your workout, enjoy a healthy shake. After writing for 30 minutes, listen to your favorite song. Rewards don't have to be big, but they must be consistent. Step 4. Remove friction. If your gym clothes are buried in the closet, you won't go. If junk food is on the table, you will eat it. Make good habits easy. Make bad habits hard. Put the book on your pillow so you read before sleeping. Keep the guitar next to your chair so you play daily. Environment shapes behavior more than willpower. Step 5. Never miss twice. Everyone fails sometimes. You may miss a workout. You may skip a study session. That's okay. Missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the beginning of a new bad habit. So forgive yourself for once, but never allow twice. Now listen carefully. Habits don't change your life in one day. They change your life every day. One glass of water doesn't make you healthy, but 1,000 glasses over a year transform your body. One page of reading doesn't make you wise, but 1,000 pages over a year transform your mind. Habits are slow, quiet, invisible, until one day they make you unstoppable. Remember this equation: small habits times time times consistency equals massive transformation. That is the science. That is the truth. That is the power. So from today, don't chase motivation, chase habits. Because motivation fades, but habits stay. And the habits you build will either make you or break you. Laziness, the silent killer of dreams. Excuses, the sweet poison of failure. Every person has goals. Every person has desires. But not every person succeeds. Why? Because most people are trapped between laziness and excuses. Let's be honest. Laziness feels comfortable. Excuses sound logical. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. You say, I'm too tired today. You whisper, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough support. And while you wait, while you delay, your dreams quietly die. But here's the truth. Laziness is not a lack of energy. Laziness is a lack of clarity. When your why is strong enough, your body will find the energy. Think about it. If your house catches fire at midnight, will you feel lazy? You will jump, you will run, you will fight. Why? Because the urgency is clear. The same is true for goals. When your why is burning, your laziness disappears. Excuses are nothing but lies we tell ourselves to feel safe. Excuses protect our comfort zone, but they also protect our failure. Every excuse sounds smart in the moment, but in the end, it only steals your time. So how do you overcome laziness and excuses? Step 1. Break the first barrier. The hardest part of work is not the work itself, it's starting. Don't think of running 5 miles. Think of putting on your shoes. Don't think of reading a whole book. Think of opening the first page. Action kills laziness, and small action creates big momentum. Step 2. Use the 2-minute rule. If a task feels heavy, tell yourself, I'll do it for 2 minutes only. Read for 2 minutes, exercise for 2 minutes, write for 2 minutes. Once you start, your brain builds momentum, and 2 minutes become 20. Laziness disappears when action begins. Step 3. Destroy excuses with truth. Every time your mind says, I don't have time, remind yourself, I spent 2 hours scrolling on my phone yesterday. Every time you say, I'm too tired, remind yourself, I had energy for Netflix. I have energy for my goals. Excuses cannot survive against brutal honesty. Step 4. Create accountability. Tell a friend your goal. Announce it publicly. Write it on a wall. When people are watching, you fight harder. When failure becomes visible, laziness becomes weak. Accountability creates discipline. Step 5. Reward discipline, not delay. Laziness feels good in the short term, but guilt comes later. Discipline feels tough in the short term, but pride comes later. Always choose pride over guilt. Always choose tomorrow's smile over today's comfort. Listen carefully. Laziness is not your nature, it is your habit. Excuses are not your identity, they are your shield. You can drop them, you can fight them, you can rise above them. Winners are not people who never feel lazy. Winners are people who act despite laziness. Winners are not people who never make excuses. Winners are people who destroy excuses with action. So remember, one day your life will be a story. The question is, will it be a story of excuses or a story of action? The choice is yours. Discipline, the bridge between goals and achievement. Without discipline, dreams stay dreams. With discipline, dreams become reality. Consistency is the engine of success, but discipline is the fuel. Without discipline, you cannot stay consistent. Without discipline, you will always stop when it gets hard, when it gets boring, when it gets painful. People think motivation creates success. Motivation is temporary. Motivation is an emotion. It comes and it goes. Discipline is permanent. Discipline is a decision, a commitment, a promise to yourself. Let me ask you, do you brush your teeth every morning? Do you take a bath? Do you eat food daily? Yes. Why? Not because you are motivated, but because you are disciplined. You do it automatically. That is the same power discipline can bring to your goals. Discipline means doing what you said you will do, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline means showing up when you are tired, working when you are bored, fighting when you are afraid. Discipline means becoming stronger than your emotions. Now, how do you build discipline? Step 1, set clear standards. Don't say, I will try to exercise. Say, I will exercise for 30 minutes daily. Don't say, I will try to save money. Say, I will save 10% of my income every month. Discipline needs clarity, not confusion. Step 2, remove choices. Every time you decide, you waste willpower. Don't decide daily, decide once. Prepare your clothes the night before. Fix a study time. Fix a wake-up time. When you remove choices, discipline becomes automatic. Step 3, accept discomfort. Discipline is not supposed to feel good in the moment. It burns, it hurts, it tests you. But remember this truth. Pain of discipline weighs ounces. Pain of regret weighs tons. Choose the lighter pain today or carry the heavier pain forever. Step 4, focus on the process, not the result. A disciplined person doesn't wake up saying, I want 6-pack abs today. They wake up saying, I will train today. They don't say, I want to be a millionaire this week. They say, I will work on my business today. Results take time, but discipline makes time work for you. Step 5, make discipline your identity. Don't just say, I will run. Say, I am a runner. Don't just say, I will study. Say, I am a disciplined learner. Identity is powerful. When you believe you are disciplined, you act disciplined. Remember this. Discipline is not a punishment, it is a gift. Discipline doesn't take away your freedom, it gives you freedom. Freedom from laziness, freedom from excuses, freedom from regret. Motivation makes you start. Habit makes it easier. But discipline keeps you unstoppable. If you want consistency, if you want power, if you want success, make discipline your best friend. Because in the end, discipline is the master key that unlocks every locked door in life. Your life is nothing but the sum of your daily routines. Show me your routine, and I will show you your future. Successful people are not lucky. They are consistent. And their consistency comes from routines. Routines are powerful because they remove confusion, they remove delay, they remove excuses. Think about it. When you wake up without a plan, your day controls you. But when you wake up with a routine, you control the day. Routine creates rhythm, rhythm creates momentum, and momentum creates results. Why are routines so powerful? Because routines transform discipline into habit and habit into identity. For example, if you write for 30 minutes daily, you become a writer. If you exercise every morning, you become an athlete. If you invest money every month, you become an investor. Routines shape who you are becoming. Now let's break it down. Step 1, start with mornings. Your morning decides your energy, your focus, your entire day. Don't wake up and grab your phone. Wake up and grab control. Stretch, meditate, read, exercise, plan. Even 30 minutes of a strong morning routine can transform 24 hours of your life. Step 2, build evening closure. A strong evening routine is just as powerful. Reflect on your day, write down tomorrow's tasks, read something inspiring, disconnect from screens. A calm night routine prepares your mind for a stronger tomorrow. Step 3, stack habits. Attach a new habit to an old one. After brushing your teeth, drink water. After lunch, read 1 page. After dinner, journal for 5 minutes. Habit stacking makes routines stick without extra effort. Step 4, protect your routine from distractions. Routines die when you let the world interrupt them. Notifications, random calls, endless scrolling, they break your rhythm. Protect your sacred time. Treat it as non-negotiable. Step 5, make it small, make it daily. Routines don't need to be huge. A 5-minute meditation, a 10-minute workout, a 1-page reading habit, these small routines compound into massive results over years. Remember, small daily improvements create extraordinary achievements. Listen carefully. Routines are not boring. Routines are freedom. Freedom from confusion, freedom from procrastination, freedom from wasted energy. Routines are not prison, they are power. Without routine, you fight daily battles with yourself. With routine, you win automatically. The truth is simple. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your routines. If your routine is weak, your future will be weak. If your routine is strong, your future will be unstoppable. So ask yourself today, what is my routine? Is it leading me towards my dreams or away from them? Because your routine is not just how you spend your time, it is how you shape your destiny. Habits, they are the invisible architecture of your life. What you repeatedly do shapes what you become. Not once, not twice, but daily, consistently. Successful people don't just set goals, they build habits. Because goals give direction, but habits create transformation. Think about it. You don't become healthy by going to the gym once. You become healthy by going every day. You don't become wise by reading 1 book. You become wise by reading daily. Habits turn actions into identity, and identity into destiny. But how do you build unshakable habits? Let's break it down. Step 1, start small. Don't aim for perfection. Don't say, I will meditate for 1 hour daily. Start with 2 minutes. Don't say, I will run 10 kilometers. Start with 5 minutes of walking. Small habits are easier to start, and once started, they grow automatically. Step 2, make it obvious. Your environment shapes your habits. If you want to read more, keep a book on your pillow. If you want to drink water, keep a bottle on your desk. If you want to exercise, keep your shoes visible. Make good habits easy to see. Make bad habits invisible. Step 3. Make it satisfying. The human brain loves rewards. After completing a habit, celebrate. Smile, say yes. Mark it on a calendar. Small rewards build momentum, and momentum makes habits stick. Step 4. Use habit stacking. Attach a new habit to an existing one. After brushing teeth, meditate for 2 minutes. After morning tea, read 1 page. After dinner, write gratitude. When you connect habits, they become automatic. Step 5. Track your progress. What gets measured gets improved. Use a notebook, use an app, use a calendar. Track your habits daily. Even a simple X mark creates accountability. 1 missed day is okay. 2 missed days is danger. Step 6. Create identity-based habits. Don't just say, I want to run. Say, I am a runner. Don't just say, I want to read. Say, I am a reader. Identity is powerful because when you change who you believe you are, your habits follow naturally. Step 7. Be patient. Habits don't grow overnight. They are like seeds. You water them daily, you give them sunlight, and slowly they grow into strong trees. Consistency, not intensity, builds unshakable habits. Remember this. Habits are like compound interest. Small actions, repeated daily, create massive results over years. The power of habits is silent but unstoppable. Your life is a collection of your habits. If your habits are weak, your life will be weak. If your habits are strong, your life will be strong. So the real question is not, what do I want to achieve? The real question is, what habits will take me there? Because in the end, success is not about doing big things once, it is about doing small things daily until they become unshakable. Everyone starts with motivation, but very few continue with discipline. Everyone starts excited, but very few finish strong. The truth is, most people fail at consistency, and it's not because they are lazy, it's not because they are weak, it's because they don't understand the traps. Let's talk about the traps. Trap 1. The motivation trap. People wait to feel motivated every day. But motivation is a liar. Motivation is a mood, it comes and goes. Consistency cannot depend on mood, it must depend on systems. If you only work when you feel motivated, you will never build greatness. Trap 2. The perfection trap. People say, I will start when conditions are perfect. They wait for the right time, the right tools, the right moment. But perfection is an illusion. The right time never comes. Start messy, start imperfect, but start. Consistency is built by action, not by waiting. Trap 3. The all or nothing trap. People think, if I can't do it fully, I won't do it at all. If they miss one workout, they quit. If they break one diet rule, they give up. But success is not about never failing. It is about never stopping. One bad day does not ruin everything. Quitting does. Trap 4. The overload trap. Most people try to change everything at once. They want to wake up at 5, meditate, run 10 kilometers, read for 2 hours, learn 3 skills, all in 1 week. They burn out. Remember this. Small daily changes stick longer than big sudden ones. Trap 5. The environment trap. Your environment pulls you down. If your friends waste time, you waste time. If your house is full of junk food, you eat junk. If your phone is full of distractions, you lose focus. Consistency is not just willpower, it is design. Change your environment and your habits will follow. Now, how do you avoid these traps? Step 1. Build systems, not moods. Don't say, I'll exercise when I feel like it. Say, at 7 a.m. every day I exercise. Systems beat moods. Step 2. Focus on progress, not perfection. One small action is better than waiting for the perfect moment. Done is better than perfect. Step 3. Forgive failure quickly. Missed a day? No problem. Get back tomorrow. Consistency is not about being flawless. It's about being relentless. Step 4. Start with one habit. Don't overload yourself. Pick one habit, stick to it for 1 month, then add another. Build slowly, but build strong. Step 5. Shape your environment. Make good habits easy. Make bad habits hard. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher. Listen carefully. Most people fail because they try to fight consistency with willpower alone. But willpower is weak. Systems are strong. Design is strong. Habits are strong. If you remove the traps and build the systems, your consistency will no longer depend on luck or mood or motivation. It will become unshakable. And remember this final truth. You don't need to be perfect. You only need to be persistent. Confidence. People think it comes from looks, from talent, from luck. But the truth is, real confidence comes from one thing: consistency. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. Every time you break a promise, your confidence dies a little. Think about it. When you say, tomorrow I will wake up at 6 a.m., and you actually wake up, you trust yourself more. When you say, I will finish this task, and you finish it, your inner voice whispers, I can rely on myself. This trust in yourself is the foundation of self-confidence. But when you keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow, and you don't, when you say, I'll start next week, and you don't, your mind learns that your own words mean nothing. And how can you feel confident if you don't even believe yourself? That's the hidden link. Confidence is not built by standing tall in the mirror. Confidence is built by doing small, consistent actions, day after day, until your mind says, yes, I am the kind of person who follows through. Consistency creates evidence, and evidence creates belief, and belief creates confidence. It doesn't matter if others doubt you. It doesn't matter if others laugh at you. If you are consistent, you carry private proof inside you, proof that you can trust yourself. And this private proof is unshakable. Do you want to know why most people feel insecure? It's because they know deep down they quit too often. They know they don't keep promises to themselves. They know their actions don't match their words, and so their confidence breaks. But when you are consistent, you don't need to shout, you don't need to prove, you don't need to fake. Your consistency speaks for you. Day after day, habit after habit, effort after effort, you become solid, you become reliable, you become confident. So here's the secret. Don't chase confidence directly. Chase consistency. Confidence will come running after you, because confidence is not a gift. Confidence is a result, and the result is created by the invisible power of consistency. Success is not built in one day. It is built in thousands of days. Tiny actions, repeated again and again, create massive results over time. This is called the compound effect of consistency. Think about money. If you invest a small amount daily, it doesn't look big at first. But as years pass, compound interest makes it grow beyond imagination. Consistency works the same way, with your habits, with your skills, with your life. Let's take an example. If you read for 20 minutes daily, in 1 week it feels small, in 1 month it feels good, in 1 year you have read 12 books, in 5 years you have read 60 books, and in 10 years you are a walking library of wisdom. That is the compound effect. If you exercise 30 minutes daily, the first week your body feels sore. The first month you see small changes. In 1 year, your body is transformed. In 5 years, your health is unstoppable. And in 10 years, you are younger, stronger, and more alive than people half your age. If you practice one skill daily, whether it is writing, speaking, coding, painting, 1 month looks average, 1 year looks impressive, 5 years looks professional, and 10 years makes you world-class. But here's the catch. Most people quit before the magic happens. They stop too soon. They give up in the first few weeks when results are invisible. They never give time for compounding to work. Remember this. Consistency is boring in the beginning, but breathtaking in the end. The compound effect works silently. And then suddenly it looks like overnight success. But it was never overnight. It was years of invisible effort. So ask yourself, what small action can you repeat daily? What habit can you carry for 10 years? Because the truth is, you won't rise to the level of your goals. You will fall to the level of your habits. And habits, when compounded, build destiny. The secret is not intensity, the secret is duration. Anyone can work hard for 1 week, but only the consistent build greatness for decades. So trust the process. Do the small things daily. Be patient, because compounding is the most powerful force in the universe. And when you give it time, your consistency will turn ordinary actions into extraordinary results. Motivation feels good, but it doesn't last. Motivation is like fire. It burns bright for a moment, then fades away. That's why so many people start strong and quit early. They wait for motivation. They chase motivation. But motivation is not reliable. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't care about your feelings. Discipline doesn't care if you are tired, lazy, or distracted. Discipline says, I will do it no matter what. Think about it. How many times have you said, I'll start when I feel motivated? And how many times did that motivation never come? The truth is, winners don't wait for motivation. They build discipline. Motivation is an emotion. Discipline is a decision. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. The athlete who wakes up at 5 a.m. every day doesn't do it because he is motivated. He does it because he is disciplined. The writer who writes daily, even when the words don't flow, doesn't depend on motivation. He depends on discipline. The student who studies daily, even when it's boring, is not driven by motivation. He is powered by discipline. Here's the secret. Discipline creates results. Results create progress. Progress creates pride, and pride creates motivation. So discipline is not only stronger than motivation, discipline actually creates motivation. Imagine this. You don't feel like exercising today, but you do it anyway. After you finish, you feel proud. That pride becomes motivation for tomorrow. This is how discipline fuels motivation, not the other way around. Most people get this wrong. They think motivation leads to action. But the truth is, action leads to motivation. And the engine behind action is discipline. So stop waiting for the perfect mood. Stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting for motivation. Start moving, start acting, start showing up. Because in the long run, motivation will fail you, but discipline will never leave you. Momentum. It is the invisible force that makes success feel effortless. At first, progress is slow, painful, frustrating. But once momentum builds, everything changes. Think of a train. In the beginning, it takes huge energy to move the wheels. The engine struggles. The speed is almost zero. The effort is massive. But once the train starts moving, once it picks up speed, it becomes unstoppable. It can crash through walls. It carries power that no one can ignore. That is what consistency does to your life. Every small action, every daily habit, every disciplined choice, it builds momentum. At first, you won't see it. You will feel like nothing is changing, but slowly, silently, momentum is forming. And when it finally takes over, success starts to chase you. Think about a snowball rolling down a hill. In the beginning, it's small, weak, easy to stop. But as it keeps rolling, it grows bigger, stronger, faster. That's momentum. When you go to the gym daily, at first it feels heavy. But after months of consistency, your body adapts. Your energy rises. Your strength multiplies. Momentum carries you forward. When you write 1 page a day, it feels slow. But after a year, you have a book. After 5 years, you have a library. Momentum carries you forward. Momentum is the reward of patience. It only comes to those who refuse to quit in the early stages. Most people never see it because they stop too soon. But the ones who stay consistent, they unlock unstoppable power. Here's the beauty. Momentum reduces resistance. What once felt hard now feels natural. What once needed discipline now becomes automatic. Momentum turns effort into ease. So remember this. Consistency creates momentum. Momentum creates speed. Speed creates results. And results create confidence. This cycle makes you unstoppable. Don't stop when it's hard. Don't quit when progress is slow, because your momentum is being built in silence. And once it arrives, nothing can stand in your way. Inconsistency? It looks harmless, but it destroys silently. It kills dreams. It wastes potential. It steals success. Every time you start something and quit halfway, you pay a price. Every time you make a promise to yourself and break it, you lose trust in yourself. Every time you stop showing up, you lose momentum. And momentum lost is almost impossible to regain. Inconsistency is expensive. It costs you your time. It costs you your energy. It costs you opportunities that may never come back. Think about it. How many diets have failed because people quit too soon? How many businesses have died before they could succeed because the founder gave up too early? How many talents were buried because the person never stayed consistent long enough to shine? The truth is painful. Most people are not defeated by lack of talent, or lack of intelligence, or lack of luck. They are defeated by inconsistency. They quit too early. They stop too often. They restart again and again, but never long enough to build mastery. And here's the deepest cost. When you are inconsistent, you stop believing in yourself. You start thinking, maybe I'm not capable. Maybe I don't have what it takes. But that's a lie. It's not that you don't have the power. It's that you never gave consistency enough time to unlock that power. So listen carefully. If you want success, if you want freedom, if you want pride in your own life, you must pay the price of consistency, because inconsistency will charge you far more. Decide today. No more stopping halfway. No more quitting when it's hard. No more excuses. Build habits. Stay disciplined. Be consistent, because the cost of inconsistency is regret, and regret is the heaviest burden a human can carry. But the reward of consistency is everything you ever dreamed of. So choose wisely. Your future depends on it. This was the power of consistency, a journey through discipline, habits, and unstoppable momentum. Now it's your turn. Take these words, apply them, live them, stay consistent, and you will become unstoppable.